Pastor David, Deliverance Church Kisumu. I'd like us to share on something that is important in our journey as Christians, which is a journey with the Holy Spirit. I believe with the whole of my heart that it is impossible to live a Christian life without the Holy Spirit. Communion with the Holy Spirit is the foundation of success in Christian journey. A victorious life as a Christian is based on the relationship that you have with the Holy Spirit. Our flesh, our human and fallen nature counts for nothing. We have to realize that. That if we build our Christian walk, our journey with God, on our flesh, by that I mean our human ability, one day it's going to fail us. Remember Mark chapter 14. Maybe you can read it at your own time. I'll paraphrase it for the sake of time. Mark chapter 14 from verse 27. Jesus told Peter that, Peter, you are going to deny me. Tonight you're going to deny me. Peter, out of the confidence of the flesh, that human ability, says, I can't. Jesus, I will not fail you. He says, all can fail you, but me, Peter, I cannot fail you. He was not basing his confidence on God, but on him, on his ability. When he was confronted with a servant girl, not a soldier, not the Pharisee, not the chief priest, a servant girl, in our terms that is like a maid, confronted Peter. He said, you are also one of these people. Peter collapsed. He said, I don't know that man. I don't know Jesus. Because his confidence was on what? Human ability. You cannot please God with your human strength. That is why in John chapter 6 verse 63, Jesus says that flesh counts for nothing, but the words I've spoken to you, they are spirit and they are life. So it is important we come to that place of realizing that except through the power of the Spirit, our journey of Christianity has no success. Another example is John the Baptist. He's a man who saw a confirming message from the Father that this is the Son. I have put my approval on him. When he put Jesus under the water during the baptism, a dove came upon him and he witnessed heaven open and the Father speaking and saying, this is my only begotten Son, in whom I am well pleased. But later he sends his disciples in Matthew chapter 11. He says, are you the one to come, or should he expect another one? Because when your flesh is put to the corner, human strength is put to the corner, you forget everything you have done. You forget everything God has said. That's why it is important for us to come to that realization as believers, that it is impossible to live this Christian walk in any way except through the power of the Spirit. Your flesh will fail you. If you build your life upon your human strength, one of these days it is going to collapse, it is going to fail you. You have to learn to depend on the Holy Spirit. This is why the message of the cross is central to the Christian teaching. We realize, we come to that point where by faith we put to death everything that belongs to this body, everything that belongs to the human nature. You put your trust in the work that Jesus did on Calvary, on the cross, and you come from that with a new life. That is the life of Jesus Christ. So your attitude, your perception, your desires are controlled by Jesus Christ. That is the significance of the cross. Therefore, the Holy Spirit is able to influence, to build you, and to sanctify you. So a believer who has not learned to trust in the work of the Spirit, he has not learned to put to death daily, to self-sacrifice, to deny that old man, that old nature, cannot live a victorious Christian life. I challenge you that you be able to do that. Because we are walking in a generation and we're living in a time where people are self-pleasing. It is actually better. It is actually approved when you seek to gratify your own desires. And yet Jesus categorically said you cannot be his disciple unless you take up your cross. You deny yourself and you follow him. And that is a process done daily. You don't do it once when you got born again and then you drop the cross along the way. You carry that cross daily. And the cross is an instrument of death. It is a shameful, painful, tiring thing. That's why that journey is not possible without the Holy Spirit. This Christianity of the masses, a Christianity that has no cost, it has no pain, it has no difficulty, is not the one that Jesus said. This is why Jesus tells his disciples clearly. He tells them, I am going away, but I will send you a helper, a counselor. Because he knew they could not make it without the helper. It's important for us to realize that. Because God is actually is separating wheat from chaff. And this is the season where we are in right now. I'll challenge you. Take up your cross. Be willing to follow your Master Jesus. If you turn away from the cross, you turn your back from the cross, it means you have embraced the world and you have no place in the kingdom of God.